Alright, so we got a crack here. It's probably about 12-inch crack or so. 12 to 14 roughly. So on this one, we're going to drill at the end of it. You're going to drill about 1/16 of an inch in front of it roughly. You can drill a little bit more if it's trying to spread on you. You want to drill close. You don't want to go all the way down to the plastic, but you want to get somewhat close. And then with the tapper, you want to tap just real lightly. You don't want to use much weight because otherwise you can get the crack to go past where you just drilled. So you just lift it up a little bit, probably 1/4 of an inch off the needle and drop it lightly while holding on to it, and that'll get you your bullseye for you. So once you drill the end of it, you'll get your tool ready, fill it with resin, put some lubrication on the suction cups. Also, you'll probably want to put your gloves on as well. That's what he's doing now, is just setting up the tool. When you're getting ready to put the tool on, you want to have the adjusting bolt and the injector backed off, so that way you can get the tool to set down all the way on the glass. You want to get all the air out of the suction cups. If you don't get all the air out, you can end up having it pop loose later on, which can cause problems. I'm not saying it will, but it can. So that's what he's doing now, is backing them down. You want to pre-grease where you're going. So we want to make sure it slides all the way to the top and bottom fairly easily. You're setting up the tool, getting the correct adjustments. You don't need a ton of pressure when you're setting them up. You just want to get enough to where it's got enough to let you build enough pressure while you're using your piston and injector, so it's not going to blow out your O-ring on the bottom, which is, you can kind of see it just right there, the reddish looking color O-ring. He's put in a couple drops of resin. You'll want to start off with your chip resin first, because it's real tight at the tip on the cracks and gets gappier as it goes. So the beginning part may be a little slow going to try and get it to fill all the way. Try and catch the light so you can see it. There you go, you can see it's filled, inch, maybe 1.5 inches in front of the O-ring. Here you can see it's filling in front of it. And once you get going a couple inches, you'll want to back off the injector and let all the chip resin come out, because the chip resin is too thin to get a good bond on the gappy part of the crack. So you'll want to let it drain out. If the O-ring pops out, no big deal. Go ahead and back it all the way out, pull it out, put the O-ring back in the injector and screw the injector back in to your bridge. Put your injector back over your crack. Use your crack resin. Put in a couple drops, 4 to 5. If you need more, no problems. You can always use more as you go down the crack. Again, once you get to those wide parts, the gappy parts of the crack, they do fill fairly easily. And for example, this one, he did need some thicker resin, so he's putting some of that in. Like I said, you can refill them when you run low and you're not getting any more pressure or any resin coming out. And then just fill it all the way to the bottom. Now it is overcast today, so it'll take a little while for it to cure. But for the most part, the repair is pretty much done, not quite all the way. Once it's done curing, we'll want to fill the drill hole that we made, which is right about there, kind of in the middle of the screen, right below the main tree there. So we'll fill that once that's, there you go, he's doing it now. So you just put some of that thicker crack resin on there, put a cure tab that comes with the kit, put it on top, leave it there for a little while, let it cure. When you're done, you want to ease the tool off. You can use the razor blade to get underneath the suction cups. Be careful not to cut the suction cups, but you want to pop it off nice and gently so you don't introduce air back into the crack.
Got enough UV if it's curing at all. There's a little.
When it's not as sunny, it will take longer to cure. So if you're working on a cloudy day, if it takes 10 minutes or so for it to cure, that's not abnormal if it's overcast like it is today. So sometimes it may take a little bit longer for that to finish curing. For the most part, all that's left is getting it cleaned up, so he's grabbing some more paper towels. We'll get it cleaned up here for you. This one turned out nicely. It is hard to see, but there you go. You can kind of see it. About the middle of the screen. And that is a completed crack repair.
For more information, go to crackeracer.com or email us at info@crackeracer.com or give us a call at 719-331-5966. Again, this is Tim Evans with Crack Eracer. Thank you.